Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. I wanted to talk about the golden rule. And so the reason I wanted to talk about it is because I was listening again to an Audible like I do every day. And it kind of reminded me of something that happened just before the end of last week. And basically, if you don't know what the golden rule is basically do unto others as you would want them to do unto you. So treating others the way you would want to be treated. And so kind of a backup to that, I start to think about, all the things that I do in a day, right from, when I get up to when I get ready for work to when I come here, then I go into work and everything that goes on in the day. And, you realize that you spend a lot of day working, hustling, whatever it is that you do, taking the kids to school, taking care of the house, whatever it is, that we rarely stop and just appreciate what's around us. And so last week, I remember this really vividly because it was something that just took me aback, and it's never happened to me before. But then I think about it and I'm like, wow, I probably, attracted that. And so I came back from a break. And when I came back from the break, there was a lineup of people waiting to get their banking done. And usually when there's a lineup of people at my branch, it's not a good feeling because you know that they're looking at you wondering why aren't you getting behind the counter to go help cash their check or deposit their check or pay their bill or whatever it is, right? And it was lunchtime, of course, so I have people on lunch, so it's short at that time. So in that window, there's a lineup that usually accumulates because it's lunchtime. People have to go on their lunch, but then there's people doing their banking during their lunch. So just, bear with me. You're walking, past the line and you could see their faces and they're scowling at you, but you don't want to look in that direction. So instead of looking in that direction and taking it in and, taking in their negativity and maybe perhaps running into someone who said, why don't you get behind the counter? I turned to the left of me because the line was on the right of me. And the left, there was this older lady. She was quite elderly, and I just noticed her shoes. And she had these shoes that looked like they had sewn on jewels on them, but I don't think they were sewn on. They might have been stickers, but they were like bejewels, or is that bedazzled? Anyways, those things, they're like little rhinestones, and I noticed that they probably didn't come with the shoes because, first of all, her shoes are brown, and then she had all these colorful little stones on them. And so I'm like, well, those are cute shoes, because they were just different. And I thought, neat, and upon closer looking at them, they were, you can tell that they were put on by somebody else after she bought the shoes. And, she's like, oh, I did it myself. And I'm like, oh, wow, that's awesome. I thought it was a great idea. Like this elderly lady who was obviously very, proud of her shoes. And I had taken the time to not just see her shoes and think to myself, oh, nice shoes. But I told her that her shoes were neat. And then I passed her and I said, have a good day, and she was just so happy. And then I left, and then I had to come back, and she was still sitting there, and then she came up to me and she handed me a chocolate bar. And I'm like, what's this? And she's like, I want you to have it. I'm like, oh, no, I can't have this. No, this is yours. So no, I want you to have it. And I'm like, no, this is yours. You bought it for yourself, right? And she said, it would make my day if you took it. I'm like, well, you can't say no to that, right? But I took it. I'm like, thank you, and it was like, I think about that, and I think about how grateful she was that I said that her shoes were nice, that I stopped and I noticed them and I acknowledged them, and how easily my day could have been different had I paid attention to the lineup of the miserable people who were there wanting to be helped in that moment in time. And it's funny how that happens, right? You make a choice And again, the other choice was that I didn't have to say anything about her shoes. I didn't have to I could have just said, oh, those are neat, in my head and walked by, right? But I chose to speak to her and tell her shoes were nice. I probably made her day, because she gave me a chocolate bar and she insisted I take the chocolate bar. And of course, I took the chocolate bar, and even just getting that back was just an honor, right? And so there are so many small choices we have in the day that could make a big impact to somebody, or that could make a big impact to us. And as I was listening to the book that I was listening to on the way to work, I realized that, yeah, there are so many things that we could choose if we just look deeper into what we did every day, that we can make a difference. And so I challenge all of you guys to make a difference in somebody's life. If it means just, lifting your head and smiling at somebody. I mean, too many of us walk around with our heads down. I know I do a lot. And I try to wonder, I'm like, why do I do that? Why do I walk around with my head down? Because I don't want to make eye contact with somebody, or because I don't want someone to look at me? So I'm making a conscious effort of keeping my head up, and anybody I catch eyes with, it's a big smile. And I get a smile back. That could only be a good thing, right? It's not a bad thing. It could only be a good thing. Even adding, hello, how are you? And just walking by, I know it's weird. People will think it's weird because we don't do it often enough. But it's not weird. It's not weird. It's another human being It's a human being that you're interacting with. And so, as humans, we're able to do this kind of stuff. And we should. I mean, we're all brothers and sisters. We're all friends. At the end of it, we're all the same. And so we all have feelings. And the differences in each of us make us human. And so I just want to come on here and challenge each and every one of you to take a look, lift your head up, look at people around you, say hello, make eye contact. You're going to make somebody's day, and in turn, it's going to come back to you. I promise you. Even if it's not from that person, even if they give you a weird look, it's like, if you keep doing that, you're going to get that one eye that says, wow. And they're going to give you a smile too. I don't know, that was an awkward smile. Anyways, I hope you're having a great day. Well, it's not a very nice day, but I guess we have to kind of bite the bullet and take it in. It is fall, and it almost feels like winter here in Edmonton, Alberta. But yes, have a great day. I'll talk to you guys later. I got you all, and bye.